Hey guys, it is Tamara. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel. Welcome back. Today, I just want to give you a brief video because there's been a lot of pandemonium, a lot of fear, a lot of misinformation, a lot of trouble really dealing with the coronavirus. And I'm surprised that I'm actually doing a video on this because I didn't think that it needed to be a video. But I figured I would just, while I'm home, do a brief video with you and talk about some of the things that you're likely to hear over the next couple of weeks. So let me go ahead and do what I usually do. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel for those who are subscribed. And for those who are new, I encourage you to hit the subscribe button right over here so that you can stick around with us, continue to learn and grow and be a part of our growing community. And I think some of the benefits in this video is that you're going to learn a little bit more about the coronavirus from a psychological and emotional perspective. Okay, so if you are new to my channel, you probably do not know that I am a trauma therapist. And so I focus a lot on the issues of life and the challenges that we face and how they traumatize us and how they emotionally and psychologically impact us. Over the past couple of weeks, we have been dealing with the coronavirus, which is a infectious disease that seems to impact older generations the most, who have upper respiratory issues and challenges breathing and poor health. But a lot of people believe that it doesn't impact children, and that's an incorrect belief. The reality of it is that while older adults do struggle the most with it because of their health and because of their age, children also do struggle with it as well. They may actually possess the virus, but it hasn't taken its full effect. So it may need some time to run its course before it begins to be exhibited or displayed, or the child may just have the virus within them and nothing happens, right? It's kind of like the chicken pox, right? We all have the chicken pox virus. It may never come out, right? Like my brother, he never had chicken pox, but my other brother did. So I think it's important to keep everything in perspective while you're going through this as well. It's also important to keep in mind that, while the coronavirus may be something that's easily spread, or it's something that we should be concerned about and worried about, it's also not something that we should panic about. So there's a couple of concepts that I want to bring up that I think is important to this conversation. The first thing that I think is important to keep in mind is the term social distancing. What that means is that we are all being asked to still communicate with each other, but under certain conditions and only from a certain distance or length, right? So shaking hands, too close. Standing shoulder to shoulder on a subway, probably too close. You don't want to do that. So social distancing is the idea that you are going to take precautions to stay as socially distant as you possibly can. So instead of shaking hands, maybe you'll bump fists, or maybe you'll use your elbow, right? Instead of standing side by side on a subway, maybe you're going to stand a couple of inches farther away from the person. So social distancing, is the idea that, we're taking precautions to be a little bit more separate in society than we're used to being. Okay, the next concept that I want you guys to keep in mind, whoa, I'm sorry guys, didn't mean to do that. The next concept that I want you to keep in mind is something known as diffusion of responsibility. Diffusion of responsibility is basically the idea that one person doesn't take it upon themselves to be wise. They feel that everybody else around them is going to be wise instead. And so there's no need for them to be wise. There's no need for them to take precautions because other people are taking precautions, right? So you don't want to be that person. You don't want to be that person who says, okay, you know what, I'm not going to use hand sanitizer because 9 times out of 10 the other individual used it today and more than likely I'm okay, right? That's diffusion of responsibility, and you certainly don't want to have that kind of disposition. So aside from those two definitions is the concept of quarantining. And basically the idea behind that is that you kind of keep yourself separate from society, but you do it in a way where you kind of lock yourself down, right? And you kind of lock yourself down, you kind of lock yourself wherever you are, in your house, in your office, in a certain place, so that you don't spread the disease to other people. So quarantining is something that you can actually do yourself, or it's something that you may be ordered to do by your doctor. I don't know. But I just want to throw it out there that that's important to keep in mind as well. I suggest that you properly educate yourself, right? Don't go off of what you're hearing in passing. I had a colleague do that, and she had everything so confused, and we joked about it for days. but be as educated as you can about it. Look it up and learn a little bit about it. You don't want to panic about it, right? But you do want to know about it, and you want to be educated about it so you can make the right decisions and the right choices for you and your family. Number 2, prepare. And preparation doesn't just include, self-preparation, so making sure that you're healthy and, you're doing what you need to do to stay up. But preparation may include stocking up on things within reason in case something happens where you're shut down, right? Your school is shut down, your workplace is shut down, your home is shut down. Whatever happens, you want to be able to have those things around you when you need them. The next thing that I suggest is to take the news in bite sizes. So, if you watch the news all day long, of course you're going to panic, right? Because every news report, number 1, tends to be repeated, right? So it's repeated throughout the day, and different things are coming to us via the news and the media little by little, because we don't know a lot about this. So we're getting information little by little, and it can feel like, this is getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger until you begin to panic. So I think one of the most important things to do is keep things in proper perspective and make sure that you take the news in bite sizes, okay? And last but not least, I would suggest that you prepare for the worst, okay? That's what I'm trying to say. Prepare for the worst. And what I mean by that is stocking up on things, getting medication in case you need it, making sure that you have a healthy diet going, making sure that you're getting sleep, making sure that you're using hand sanitizer, right? Taking all the precautions that are necessary to protect yourself and those you love. I hope this video is helpful to you guys. Please go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you want to stick around. We're going to continue our conversation of techniques, and stick around for next month because I got a ton of emails from those of you who are interested in the topic of intergenerational trauma. So stay tuned, as I will see you guys on Monday with a brand new video. All right, I'll see you then. Bye.